What's up, YouTube? Figured it was time to knock out another video of the bike here, just some updates, and just kind of going to go over a bunch of the pieces and parts that I've got here and stuff that's, I think, has been good equipment and just things to do moving forward with your bike. Just, if you're really taking this thing out and beating it up on trails and stuff, that stock suspension and whatnot is just not going to last forever. And then just the bolts and stuff, the stock bolts that come in these things aren't really much to speak of either. So it's a good idea to slowly start changing all that stuff out. Anyways, so I'm going to try and go from top to bottom here and just touch on everything that I've upgraded on the bike so far. Starting with the Pro Taper 3-inch riser bars right there, which have been great. If you're gonna get a new riser bar, make sure you get something name brand. I made the mistake of getting something off of Amazon for about 30 bucks, and I dropped the bike over a couple times and I wound up bending the bar. Well, I was just like, okay, well, I'll just bend it back. And that's what I did, and it worked fine. However, 3 months later, practicing wheelies in a parking lot, and the throttle side handlebar breaks off in my hand, and I just dumped the bike. I've got a video of it on my channel here. It's just a little clip, but you can see what happened. Just a catastrophic failure. And if you're out on trails like in the big hills out there, and something like that happens to you, man, you're gonna have a tough day. So anyways, don't skimp on that stuff. Also, hey, so I got this pretty sweet riser right here. This is a 3-inch riser, I think, from Kimimoto. And this thing has been solid. It's better than any of the other risers or direct stem connects that I've used in the past. Because, yeah, it's great having one of those on there for just really good control of the bike. But if you drop the bike, man, those things bend or break or snap, and you got to get a new one. And a lot of them are about $120. Well, this was only 80 bucks. And just solid as all get out. I love it. It's been the best one I've gotten yet, and real nice beefy bolts as opposed to what the last brand gave me. It was just much better equipment there. Moving forward, so I do have the Fast Ace forks on here. I'm having a little bit of trouble trying to tune them. I'm learning slowly, but you really kind of just got to play with it. But I'm adjusting this right here, and I'm also adjusting this down here. All right, now as you turn these things in or out, you'll hear an audible click, letting you know you've kind of gone to the next setting or whatnot. By the way, so these, it's not stuck inside of this realm right here either. When you go to turn this screw, it can keep going. So that was something that had me messed up for a minute, is like I was just turning the screw in between here and here and getting like no results. And then I finally realized, oh, hey, dummy, that screws in a whole lot more. Anyway, so I'm slowly figuring that out, and actually I'm feeling pretty good with it now. But that's been a little bit of a learning curve for me. I didn't have anybody to really show me. Otherwise, moving forward, so I got the KKE Rims here. I believe I got these off, where did I get these? It was either Amazon or it was Charge Cycle Works. Forgive me, I forget. But either way, they came with wheel locks, which is a real nice feature to have, because when you start upgrading these bikes and you're really putting out the power, what the wheel lock does is it actually grabs the inside of your tire. Obviously you can't see it, but that's what this piece is doing. And it's got like this, I don't know how to explain it, just kind of this block on the inside that really, hey buddy, that really pulls the tire tight to the inside of the rim, and it locks it in there. So if you're really putting out power, you don't want your tire to slide on the rim, and then that's going to break your stem, pop your tire, a bunch of other, you know, crummy stuff. Anyways, so but great aftermarket wheels for the price. I think I got them for like $600 or $700. So not too bad, you know, when comparing to some of the other wheels that are out there. But titanium hubs, so that kind of caught my attention. And I mean, I don't have any complaints, and I went with the 1919 just simply because I just like having the same size tire, and I don't want to have to buy 2 different sets. All right, so also you can't see it obviously, but that's the Torp controllers hiding back behind there. I've got that on, and pretty much figured that thing out. It's got a really great intuitive app, very adjustable. You can really do just about anything with it. So that's been great, and you know, a little bit of a learning curve with that as well, but been a great product, and I'm comfortable riding this thing on like 7.5 kilowatts is kind of what feels good to me. Also, I still do have the stock motor in there, but I'm going to look to upgrade to the Torp motor to pair them up there, and just continue making this thing bulletproof. So that'll be in the future here, hopefully. Otherwise, that's all running from a 66 volt 51 amp hour Shy battery. That thing's been a little bit of a headache working with the company, and then as well I had to send it back to Shy within a year because some cells in it failed. So that was a huge bummer, but they did, I will give them this, when that thing went bad, they were on it. It was free shipping. They let me send it to them for free. They shipped it back to me for free, and they did get it back to me within a month, if I'm not mistaken. Within a month, not a month, but within the month. So that was pretty good all in all. Otherwise, I'm getting about 40 miles out of the battery, riding it hard though, like at 7.5, and even at that, I'm still coming back with like 20-30% battery at, you know, 38-40 miles. So in all reality, I could probably keep going for quite a bit longer, but you know, you don't really want to put yourself in that situation where you're just super low battery out in the middle of nowhere. Anyways, but it's been a good long range battery. It gives me that extra power. It pairs great with the Torp controller, which you just literally on the app, you just select 66 volt aftermarket battery, and works like a charm. But with that Torp controller and the 66 volt battery here, I can turn the bike all the way up to 16.5 kilowatts. So if you know, stock Surron power in sport mode is 6,000. So you can kind of do the math there, and that's an insane amount of power for the bike. And honestly, I haven't even tried running it like that yet, because I don't know, I don't want to burn my motor up. I'm sure I could get away with it for a minute or two, but I just haven't quite got there yet with it. Maybe when I get my Torp motor in, I'll see if I can't burn it up. But anyways, so moving forwards from that, I am skipping a few little accessories here. I did get these upgraded headlights here offline, off Amazon. Little side mirror here. Both of these were great little add-ons. So my next big addition I just did, so I got the Vonkat 10.5 rear suspension here. This thing was like right at $600, I believe, but my stock rear shock was leaking oil, and it was just time for it to go because I've been beating the hell out of it. But I will say it did do its job for 5,000 miles of like really hard trail riding on it. I can't really complain. Otherwise, I'm still kind of tuning this and playing with this a little bit. Your tuning points on here, you got this little blue cap up here, as well. You've got another red cap down here, and both of these will have an audible click as well as you adjust them. Also, the Vonkat here, it came with a really nice tool to actually tighten these down. And as well, you can see these are two different pieces right here, and this is actually a lock ring on the top right here, which is great, because I'm sure maybe some of you have had it happen where this you know, most of them just have one ring and it'll wind up backing itself off. So I got that nice and tightened down, but so far it's been a great shock. I think I'm going to do my shackling or my linkage here next. I do already have the titanium bolts to replace this garbage. Like, this is the stuff you want to get rid of before it fails on you. So anyways, I've got that on deck, but I kind of want to go ahead and get my linkage pieces. I mean, no sense in putting all that in just to pull that out. I did get a little carbon fiber guard here for the drive shaft piece inside here. I forget what it's called. I had actually had a pedal kit on this bike originally when I had it for about the first year. Just worried about, you know, the law or whatever, just trying to blend in. And I just finally realized nobody cared at all, and they still don't. I mean, I've got my pegs on. I ride all over the place. I'm over here by Martha Jefferson Hospital right now, and I've got no problems at all. I even had a police officer roll up on me just a few days ago in the squad car, and dude rolls his window down. He just asked me, he goes, "Hey, were you over at that grocery store just a little while ago?" And I wasn't, and I was like, "No." And he said, "Okay," and he just drove off, and that was the end of the conversation. So anyways, moving on, what else do we got here? We do have a 58 tooth Warp 9 rear sprocket there, which has just been great. That was a great first edition as well. If you're still just running stock parts as far as your battery, your motor, all that kind of stuff, get yourself a bigger tooth sprocket in the back. It'll actually increase your mileage a little bit, and it will give you that extra torque. So if you're in eco mode and you want to ride trails but not burn your battery up so hard, in eco mode with that big tooth sprocket on the back, it'll go right up all those hills that it wouldn't before with your stock sprocket on there. So just something to keep in mind there. I did get a extended little mud flap back here, which has been good all in all as well. I got my protective flap right there too, keeping my nice new shock there clean. Otherwise, nice final touch, believe it or not, was this helmet. This helmet is called an Outdoor Master, and it's got a real great look to it, and it's super light. It's just like one of those real nice Fox helmets that all the guys use for downhill riding. It's super light. So if you're still wearing one of those big, bulky, you know, DOT helmets that weigh 10 pounds, and, you know, after you're riding your bike for an hour, your neck starts to hurt, look into one of these. It was only like $110, and those Fox ones are $350, $400 for basically the same product, I'm sure. Either way, that's been a great addition. I love that helmet. I haven't worn my other one since. Then you know, I guess that's pretty much it, other than the aesthetics right there with my Luna bash guard, which has been solid too. So I hope I'm not forgetting anything, but that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So ask a question or leave a comment. I'll try and answer you the best I can. Regardless, have a good one. Keep shredding.